In this video, we are going to be fishing with this camera 1,000 feet deep. You'll not believe what happened to us on our last drop, so without further ado, let's get right into this video. So we make about an 8-mile run offshore to get to our spot 1,000 feet deep. Now that we have got to our spot, we start rigging up our deep drop rig with squid. After we do this, we attach our camera to our deep drop rig so we can record what is biting our baits 1,000 feet deep. Now that we have set up our GoFish cam to our rig, we make our first drop. And when you are dropping 1,000 feet deep, it does take about 5 minutes just to hit the bottom. On our first drop here, you guys will see how fast you get bites when you are in the right spot. As you guys will notice, after about 3 minutes of dropping down, it becomes extremely dark. That is why when we made this rig, we attached 3 lights to the rig so we could see exactly what's down there. So now that we have hit bottom, it took about 10 seconds for the first couple fish to show up. You guys will notice on the right of the screen are actually the fish's eyes. Those little green dots are the fish's eyes. So the first fish actually ended up hooking up to the bottom squid. Then on the left, another fish showed up here and we were able to get another hookup. As you guys can see the fish's eyes right there. So we were able to double hook up on our first drop down. Now after hooking up to both of these fish, we now start bringing them up. And I noticed when watching the camera footage back, this is usually where you'll see the craziest things happen. On the last drop, you guys won't believe what chased our fish up. It took us about 10 minutes just to bring both of these fish off the bottom just because the current was so bad on this day. Honestly, when the current is extremely bad like this, it makes it really hard to deep drop just because you have to keep letting out line, which makes it really hard to retrieve when you have a fish on. We now got these 2 fish right near the surface, and we saw that they were 2 black belly rosefish. So we bailed both of these fish over in the boat and we were ready to make our second drop. And on this day we made about 3 drops, and on our last drop the craziest thing happened. So we cut up our squid again, we rigged up our deep drop rig, and we dropped our baits back down to the bottom. And the main goal of dropping this camera 1,000 feet deep was to really just see what we can see 1,000 feet deep and if the camera would work. But honestly, it turned out to being so great because what we saw in the last drop will blow your mind. Now we are getting extremely close to hitting bottom on drop number 2. And for those of you that are new to this type of deep dropping, you will notice we have 5 baits. And the reasoning for this is to give yourself as many chances of bringing up a fish, because you guys see how long it takes to bring up and down the line. So you don't want to waste a lot of time just bringing up one fish. So we now just hit bottom, and you guys will notice right off the start, those green eyes right on the bottom, that's actually a fish that already hit our line. It's really hard to see that already because this fish just did not fight hard. But we ended up bringing up 2 fish here. So we now got both of these fish right near the surface. So as you guys can see, I was hand cranking these last couple of feet on our electric reel here. So we bailed both of these fish over and we saw that they were another 2 black belly rosefish. So we got ready for the last drop, and this is where the craziest part of this video happened. So after getting both of those fish in the boat, we reset our rig up again, we put some new squid on there, and we made another drop to the bottom. We actually had to reposition the boat here, so we were fishing at about 950 feet of water on this drop. You guys will notice once we hook up to the fish on the bottom here, something crazy chased this fish up. So we now get close to hitting bottom again, and right off the start here you guys will see a ton of green eyes, and we had a bite right off the back. So as you guys will notice, this fish was fighting a lot harder, which made it, I think, harder for those other fish to jump on. So we just started bringing this fish up, and you guys already know it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get off the bottom here, but this is where the craziest part of this video happens. So after bringing this fish up, now I would say we're about 200 feet away from the boat, and out of nowhere you guys will see right behind this Rosie a giant sailfish. So the sailfish swam up to this Rosie. Sadly he didn't attack this Rosie, which would have been really cool to catch on camera, but he swam up and he just took like a little drive by here. So once this sailfish passed, we were able to just safely bring this Rosie up to the boat and get this beautiful Rosie. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys in the next Barjacks video.